adventurous people. Welcome to this week's Ask Natalie episode. I'm glad to see you again. Glad you joined me again. This week I will be answering a letter from a sister. She is the youngest in her family and she has some issues with how her parents respond to her love of the outdoors. Here's what she writes. Dear Natalie, I was lucky to have grown up in a rural area within a very outdoorsy family. My two older siblings, one brother, one sister, and our parents frequently went on camping and backpacking trips as a family, so I developed an outdoor skill set pretty early in life. However, as I reached puberty, I didn't have nearly as much interest in the outdoors as the rest of my family. I gravitated toward indoor fitness like yoga and Pilates, and I pursued more city-based hobbies through high school, college, and my early 20s. Meanwhile, my older brother and sister kept at the outdoor activities. My sister now works on a farm and has thru-hiked 2 long trails, and my brother works as a mountaineering guide. I'd say that's a really outdoorsy family. Anyway, she goes on to say, now I'm in my late 20s and I'm rediscovering my early childhood love of the outdoors, and I'm having a great time. I'm learning a new way to keep my body active and healthy, and I find weekly hikes help improve my mood in a way that indoor fitness never could. So there's no problem there. The problem is my family. My parents constantly refer back to my estrangement from nature and compare me to my siblings. They say sarcastic things like, you know, there's dirt outside, right? And you might get some under your nails. Or they'll remind me how accomplished my sister and brother are in the outdoors, and unlike them, I might hurt myself or struggle to ever meet my outdoor fitness goals. Which, by the way, it's worth noting, I have none beyond hike until I'm tired and happy. Do you have any advice on how I can handle this? I don't want to respond like a jerk. Sincerely, little sister. So yeah, if little sister wants to keep any sort of relationship with her family, a non-jerk response is advisable. And the way I see it, she has 2 options. Option number 1 is to forget about caring what her family thinks at all. And the downside of this is that all of the emotional work is on her right from the beginning. So little sister can say, you know what? My family says these things that are kind of offensive, or at the very least they bug me, and I just don't care. I know that I like to get outdoors. I know that I'm not afraid of dirt or getting it under my nails. I know that my only goals to going outdoors is to hike until I'm happy and tired. So it doesn't really matter what they say. And so when the parents make some sarcastic comments, she can laugh them off, or she can come up with a witty retort of her own, but she doesn't have to take it so seriously because she's decided what they say doesn't matter. Now, another downside to this, besides she has to do all of the emotional work, is that the comments may continue. Of course, there's an argument to be had that if she doesn't respond to them in any way, if they flow off her back like water, like, what's that phrase? If they flow over her like water off a duck's back, whatever. If she doesn't let the comments get to her, it's very possible that her family will stop making them. So that's her first option. Her second option could be taking a gamble on allowing the parents to do some of the emotional work as well. And that would involve her telling them, hey, I'm not cool with these comments. Or, hey, you know, you say these things and I'm pretty sure you're joking, but they actually hurt my feelings. Now, key here is not having any expectation about how they'll respond. Because yeah, it's very likely that they'll say, oh my gosh, we were just kidding. We didn't know you take it so seriously. We're sorry. We love you. We think it's great you're getting back outdoors. Or they may say, oh, actually, so now's a good time to tell you about how hurt we were and offended we were when you stopped going outdoors with the family. And so how convenient that now you're in your late 20s and you don't live with us and you're suddenly back in the outdoors and we're grumpy about that. And then there's going to be a big heart-to-heart talk and you have to work through some things. Or maybe they'll be totally dismissive and they'll say, oh, it hurts your feelings? Well, we're just kidding, so get over it, whatever. And they'll keep making the comments. So really, this isn't an overall solution to the problem, little sister. It's more to make yourself feel settled so that you know you've stated your truth, right? You've told them how you feel and you've given them the opportunity to alter their behavior accordingly. But at the end of the day, you don't get to dictate how they respond. So regardless of whether you choose option 1 or option 2, I think you'll have to divorce yourself from getting an expected warm response from them. You have to sort of maintain a certain detachment and hold space for the fact that they may respond in a way that doesn't make you super happy. But, you know, in not doing anything at all, you're not super happy anyway. So it's just a matter of choosing which option really makes sense to you and which option feels doable for you. Either way, you put it out there. They can either pick it up or let it go. The rest is on them. Continue getting out there. Even if you never become a mountaineering guide, we're happy to share the trails with you. See you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye.